Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing video.
Oh Matt, this is a special one.
This is an exciting one. So recently, this past weekend, was the Horus Heresy Weekender.
It was.
And at the show they had an eagerly anticipated model up for pre-order. Sanguinius, Primarch of the Blood Angels.
I mean, what's amazing about this is 2 weeks ago, this wasn't even a model that we'd seen or knew was coming out.
No.
It's madness. It's madness.
So at the show, they're doing a limited edition kind of scenic base for him. So we'll have a look at that in a little bit. But first of all, should we have a look at the main event itself?
Let's do it.
So as ever, presented in the nice little Horus Heresy collector boxes, which they've done for a few other games now, haven't they? Let's pop this open.
One would be really upset if we opened this and it was just like
it's the wrong model.
the diorama from Warhammer World.
So let's have a look at this thing now. Isn't that glorious?
He looks awesome, doesn't he?
Looks so good. He's not in that many parts, really, is he?
No, not really. He looks quite a straightforward build there.
Yeah, I mean, as we've said in a few of our recent kind of Forge World unboxings, the instruction manuals are really nice on these ones, all colour-coded and a lot better than I don't know if you remember the old Forge World instructions, was pretty much a picture of the assembled model and maybe some kind of loose directions on how to put it together. They were not the easiest to work with, were they?
And you've got your two different weapon loadouts there.
Yeah, it looks like he can have his sword sheathed if he's got the spear as well, which is cool. So, yeah, should we have a look at the guy then?
Yeah, we should.
Let's pop this open. Oops. So, we've got the first little... Okay. This is a glorious looking model. Let's just get that into focus. So there is his sword. That is really, really nice.
Yeah, that is
cool. Yeah, I think there was quite mixed kind of opinions on this when it was shown off on Warhammer Community, wasn't there?
There was. It split a lot of opinion. I mean, obviously we're going to move on to the second part of this in a second, but this model alone, yeah, it did divide some opinions.
Yeah, it did. But I mean, seeing the model in the flesh, I mean, we've got here the main guy himself.
It's great that the main part is just one big piece of resin.
It is. I mean, I suppose that adds stability to him, doesn't he? Because it's quite a dynamic pose with him standing up on the...
And once you've got the weight of the wings on there as well.
Yeah, so it kind of... I think if it was a separate piece, you might have, problems with him falling to bits, maybe. But yeah, this is really cool model.
Tempted?
I am.
We know this is Jay's, the Blood Angel himself.
Yeah, I mean, Jay pretty much immediately went out and got this as soon as he could because, he's been waiting for this for a very, very long time. And he's finally got his Primarch.
Not many left now.
Not many Primarchs left, no. Well, we've got Jagetti Khan coming on his jet bike, which will be super exciting. And then it's only really your mate, the Lion.
Yeah, my mate.
Your mate. So, yeah, I mean, he's got a really, really nice looking face. That looks cool. Yeah, I just blown away with the details on this model. It is so very nice. So the model itself comes with a bit of a scenic kind of rocky outcrop going on, hasn't he? And it slots then into the kind of limited base that they've done. Which I know a lot of all of the other character series models do have a scenic base that comes with them. I think just with the size of this model, they've had it kind of available separately.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a show exclusive. He will be available for general release on the website soon, I imagine. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's this Friday that it goes up. But yeah, that'll be a limited time. You'll be able to get this through the Forge World website. And then after that, if you want the fancy base that we'll look at in a minute, the only place you'll be able to get it is at shows and events and at Warhammer World.
Yeah. So to clarify, the Primarch himself, once he's up for pre-order, he'll be up. But if you want the scenic base, you're going to have a limited time to pick him up online.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like you say, Matt, a trip to an event or Warhammer World.
But the events are well worth going to, and a bit of added bonus if you're getting a nice Primarch out of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, lots of small parts on this actually.
Yeah. Are they all like purity seals?
Yeah, and they're all got letters on them, so you know which one corresponds to which is good.
Yeah.
Because again, some of the older kits, there was a bit of a nightmare kind of matching which parts relate to which.
Yeah.
So then we've got another box that comes with this that looks like it's got the wings.
Ah, right.
So let's pop this open and have a look at these. They're all wrapped up in bubble wrap because Forge World are very good at protecting the fragile parts. But yeah, look at that, Dave. That is really cool.
Each intricate feather there.
I imagine you could go to town painting this up. Looks really nice. It reminds me of the wings off the Exalted Lord of Change, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because they're very kind of angel-like. And this is probably going to be the same but mirrored. But yeah, I imagine some kind of pro painters will do a brilliant job on this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people do. I mean, the Forge World painters are really good, but there are some exceptional painters out there.
There are. So, as we said, we've got the limited base with this as well. So we'll have a look at this. Now, I'm really interested to see what the kind of demon on the base looks like for this.
Yeah, well, there's been lots of talk about this being a new demon. Not...
Well, the demons of the Ruin Storm, so they're not necessarily the kind of demons that we've seen before.
No.
Which hopefully means we'll get some... Well, I think they've already said there's going to be some cool upgrade kits from Forge World to... Oh, there's 2 boxes here. We've got all sorts here. Okay, let's have a look at the old instruction manual first. And yeah, that is really, really cool.
Very cool.
So, obviously a bit of a bulkier base for him. He slots into the top of it. And it seems to have probably as many parts as the main kit.
I was not expecting that.
I mean, how much more? It's £80 for the standard one, £125 with the base. The demon looks really nice. Yeah, that's...
Very much in trouble.
He's not in trouble. He'll be back. Cool, let's have a look at the parts then. So we have got in here what looks like the main
components.
Itself. So, as ever, all the Forge World sculpts are really, really nice. They can get worn over time, the moulds. We found that if you order one kind of fresh off the bat when they go up and pre-order, you can normally get a decent cast. But Forge World customer support is really good, so if you do have a misaligned part or something, pop them an email and they'll normally sort you out straight away. But yeah, nice base. I think Jay's gonna have to try and make some matching bases now for his Blood Angels. So that's that. Inside here, we should have
everything else.
Everything else, and there's lots of parts in here. So we've got the demon himself. Yeah, that looks cool. Is it? I don't think it's got a corn emblem on him, has he?
I can't see one.
So yeah, this is interesting to see what these kind of different looking demons are going to look like.
Well, was it yourself on the podcast, Matt, that said about them? They haven't really split into the 4 gods yet.
Well, they're kind of forming themselves, so they're maybe kind of finding their shape in the realm, because it looks very kind of Slaneshi, that claw, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where I assumed with all the lore and in fighting Commander, I kind of assumed this would be a corn demon, but I mean that looks like a different kind of rune on there. Maybe it's just some kind of damage to the demon where Sanguinius has battered him up a bit. But yeah, if Forge World are doing a range of new kind of demon infantry, that'd be very exciting. Now this might be a piece that you want to magnetise. It looks like this will clamp in Sanguinius's base. So obviously you could stick it permanently, but you might struggle to remove him from it. So a lot of people will pop some magnets underneath that and make sure it's removable. You can probably get away with just resting it on the base as well. I did similar with Fulgrim. I think a lot of the Primarchs have got, basically covers the rim of the base and just makes it look neater in the kind of diorama, because some people will just get this to paint up as well and not worry about gaming with it.
No, so he'll never have to take it off the scenic base.
So, I mean, and really, in a game, he's probably balanced around the size of his base with the main kit rather than this, much bigger base. But yeah, that's...
Otherwise, he'd be in combat with everything.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, it doesn't make that much a difference base size, but especially in competitive games, you want it on the correct size base. There's loads of interesting parts on this, though. There's his head. He looks really cool. So he is a scary-looking demon. Yeah, I see. Because if you listen to this week's podcast, Jay was mentioning that this didn't really look like any current demon, and yeah, I completely agree. It's very different looking. It's definitely a demon, but like you say, it doesn't really look like any of the 4 gods that we know of. In fact, even the emblem's kind of like Chaos Undivided.
Yeah.
Now, Undivided Demons was a thing that we had a long time ago with the... what were they called? Harpies, were they?
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
And Be'lakor.
He was Undivided.
Demon. So it'd be cool to see, a new infantry elite fast attack choice each of those options to get some fresh demons for.
And do you think they'd introduce those to 40k?
Probably not.
Keep them Heresy.
Yeah, wouldn't expect them in 40k. I mean, we've had... Oh, that is definitely a spiky sword or something we've got going on there. Yeah, I think these would probably stay 30k. Now, we've seen all the Custodes stuff get raw, so it's... Now the Realm's a possibility. And you could always proxy them as a different demon, couldn't you?
With all this stuff going on, with Blackstone and all the old races and the ancients and... Who knows? Who knows?
So that is Sanguinius. What do you think of the kit then, Dave?
Very impressed. It doesn't look very straightforward to build, but I mean, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one that you want to take your time on building up because it is a fantastic looking kit. I mean, what we'll probably do is another video once he's built up and have a proper review of it.
Yep.
Have a chat with Jay and see how it went together. I mean, it's got some fiddly parts, but it doesn't look too overly complicated. Compared to I built, a Reaver Titan, that takes some building.
Yeah.
This thing's, relatively easy in comparison. When you think about the part count, it's probably got less parts than some plastic kits.
Yeah.
Definitely would take your time with it. Definitely make sure you wash all the parts before you start building it as well, because that mould release agent can be a pain to try and
As it does warn you on the instructions.
Yeah, you normally get, in fact, I'll show you this here. You normally get a little instruction book if this is your first Forge World kit with some kind of...
What a first kit to start with.
Yeah, definitely. But they kind of go through what you kind of need, how to clean it up, how to remove the mould lines. It does take a lot of prep compared to a normal model.
But this is a character series. So
but this is it. If you paid £125 for this model, you want to make it look good, don't you?
You do.
But yeah, so that is Sanguinius. He was out at the open day. He'll probably be up for general release soon. Maybe by the time this video is up, we never know.
Potentially.
We will be back with another video when he's built up and give our kind of review and thoughts on it.
Yep.
But until then, have fun and let us know if you pick up your own Sanguinius.
Indeed. Enjoy.